girls. Take a photograph of Scotland and come out here. You're like Marcus, being with Marcus on the course, he was really fantastic apparently. Gay Mardi Gras week. Hey? Gay Mardi Gras week.
Why these brackets are on crooked is to get this plumb.
Right. Think that'll stand up in the wind?
Not really.
So we need a bit of wire, don't we?
But we can't touch it with anything to aerial because it'll
What about the bracket?
yeah, we haven't got enough brackets to be worth doing really.
Can't you just take a few of the extensions off?
Yeah, you could do. But suppose we could put another nut on here and bring something back to these screws in the roof if we really think we need it.
Well, only if you think we need it, Scott.
A lot of movement in it, isn't it?
Yeah.
What sort of battens are in those roofs up there, do you know? Like a 2 inch or inch batten?
Okay, Mum, I'm going to show you what this cabin's all about. You can't be here, so I'm going to send you the video so that you feel like you've been here. And Nicholas is directing the film. Okay, come on, Mum. We're walking down the driveway now, which is what we put in about 4 years ago. And this was really tough. This was very tough to build this because the soil was rock hard. Not different from all the stuff that you've seen before. And the reason we selected this site was because it was so close to the river. That's the river down there. That's the Cox's River, which is the main river running into the Warragamba Dam, which is the main dam feeding Sydney with its drinking water. So we're going on down here.
And what do you think of his irrigation system here, Grandma?
There's the irrigators. So they, when there's water around, they pop up, and while we're away, they water it. But there's no water in the dams, or not very much at the moment, so you can see how dry it is over there. See? Nicholas will show you the soil. See how dry that is?
I think I'm directly in the sun when I walk down the driveway, so
Yeah. Down here.
yeah. Which way's the sun coming?
It is up there.
Okay.
So we walk down here, and when it's really rained, see, this was the tough part, making the grass grow on the bank. So I used to come out here when it was really wet and put kikuyu and cooch and all of that sort of stuff, like you used to do with your runners on the back lawn. And that bank is looking pretty good now. When it rains again, that's just covered with grass, like it has down here over on the left. And Nicholas will just show you that now. See that very green, Mum? Okay. So come on, we're going to go down here. Down the path. Come on, Mum. Hurry up. Oh, a little faster than that, Mum. Come on. Really slick, huh? You have to speed it up, Mum. Come on. Now this is a tree that I planted. I've planted something like 5,000 trees up here now. That's one that I planted about a year ago. That's coming on really well, and that should be a lovely paddock tree. All sorts of natives I've planted. That one should grow maybe 40, 50 feet tall at some point in time. It's eucalyptus something or other. die back sometimes. Some of the big old trees have been dying, which is pretty sad, so we'll have to cut that one down because it gets dangerous after a while. The limbs fall down when the cars are coming around or people walking around. But at the same time we're planting. And we planted this one here. See this one here? That's a lovely eucalyptus as well. Now Mum, I'm going to show you something really special. Hurry, come on. Well, I'm glad you're not crying either. It's very nice to be talking to you today without you crying. Okay, now this is a picnic area. This is where we have our picnics, and something you'll love. That's the barbecue that Dad made. Remember that? And we're still using it up here. And it's still fantastic. It's made out of the circular saw, you remember that? Now what we've done is cut trees down. See how we've cut trees down and made them into tables. They've fallen over in the wind. So I'll fix this one up just so you can see what it's all about. It might be a bit heavy. Oh! I'm doing this for you, so I better not hurt my back. And that should just fit in there, but it doesn't. There you go. See, now we've oiled that, and that becomes our table. Now come over here. Come on over here, and I'll show you what I've done. This is how we cook our food. So that's another table there too. So I could make that one up, but I'm not. It's too heavy. So I'll just stand it up for you. See? We'll have to dig that one in a bit. But see, that's a table across there. There's another table there. Now this is how we cook our food. This is a pit. Come on. Hurry up, no crying, Mum. That's it. See, we come out and we fill that up with that trench up with wood in the morning, and we light it. And then by 11 or 12 o'clock, it's just charcoal. So it's just burning lightly. Then we put the camp ovens full of food all along there, and we just tip the coals on top of the lid, and it cooks in about 3 or 4 hours, and it cooks beautifully. You'd love the lamb. You'd love the lamb. Nice glass of cold water with it, some peas, and then some sago. Wanna have some sago? Okay. Now look, you can turn around there now, and Nicholas will show you the cabin. Now you've seen lots of photographs of it before, but that's the house that your son built, right? That I did almost all on my own. That was started in 1969 and maybe finished in 1989 in reality. And now Jill's extending it. So she's going to not extend it really, but just finish it off so it looks good, so we can come and stay here more often. So come on, Mum. It's a bit rough, so be careful. And no crying, right? You're good, actually. I don't hear you crying at all. Come on. Come on, help Grandma, Nicholas. A bit faster. He's very good, isn't he? You can actually. He does help you a lot. We all think about you a lot too, but come on. Down the river. Now this is all... We used to have a fence along here, now it's all open for us. And that's a brick wall, a stone wall that I built. And I'd like to do a lot. See, I've got stones. I haven't finished that yet, but 1 year I'll finish that. That was started a long time ago, and I'll do more later on. See, that's the bank that I was talking about too. That's the bank that I was talking about. That one there. Come on, Mum. Help her, Nicholas.
I am.
All right. She's good, isn't she, now? She's getting better. Really nice of you to be here with us, Mum. I can see you in my head. Right now I can see you. So come on. Now that's as good a view as you get of the cabin. See, just up there? Now it's nothing salubrious. It's just nice and comfortable. And the nice part about it is we built it ourselves. So we're going to walk up there now. Nicholas is going to show you. Come on. Hurry up. It's a bit hilly, I know. Help Grandma. Come on, Nicholas. Mind the cow foot, Mum. Come on. Don't step in there. It's a bit dry, but it's okay. Come on. Now they're the bird feeders. You know how Dad used to like birds? Well, I like them too. So I put bird feeders like that all over the place. So Nicholas will show you. You see? That tin thing? And the seed falls down on those trays. And the birds come in there. And there's some beautiful coloured birds in the mountain. And I'm making a sundial up there, see, on the rock. Somebody's waiting for me. I see Scott, so we're going to go and have a chat to him, okay? Catch up with you later, Mum.
Say hello.
Hello. Can you hear me? Can you feel me?
Say who you are.
My name's Carol, and I'm Nicholas's girlfriend.
Stand up on the seat.
Are you rolling? And that's Jill Allen.
Hi, Nick. You having fun? You want me to talk some more?
Let's go, team.
We're off.
Where are we going?
Catch a few ducks. Have a look around.
We're heading off.
What sort of toys you got in there?
Big duck.
Just watering a plane tree now, Mum. Hang on, I'll be there. That's your tree. Okay.
And come down and have a look at the little sign.
Come down. Can you? Well, it'd be better if you came down too. 'Cause...
Yeah.
Hi, Mum. This is Carol Taylor.
Hello.
You've met, okay? Remember her? That's Nicholas's friend, okay? Of course you do. Girlfriend. And this is the celebration for Jules Crossing, which is that heap of concrete that comes across the river that enables all of us to get here a half an hour earlier from Sydney. So that's a very big thing. And what we did was we put a brass plaque here. And Nicholas, you can bring Mum down later on and show her. But what it says is Jules Crossing. Work commenced on Jules Crossing in January 1991, and 383 cubic metres of cement and 250 tonnes of rock were laid to an average depth of 1.4 metres by Peter Gracie, Brian Gracie, Jim Grady, Herbert Duff, Kevin Gracie to complete the task. Jules Crossing was officially opened by Jill Allen, and the first crossing made by Samantha Allen on her horse Pegasus on Sunday, October 6, 1991. 94 neighbours and friends celebrated the opening with the food cooked in the traditional camp ovens. Can you remember we showed you those down the road there? So Nicholas is going to take you down there and have a look at the sign now, and we're going to sit in the car and wait for you. So hurry up, come on. Down there are some trees that Nicholas will show you, which we cut out of the forest just down behind the back of the cabin. And they're all hardwood, and they're all going to be used to build fence lines, and some of it's going to be used to use a new hay shed. You can see some of them have already been taken away already, but Nicholas is just going to take you around the back and show you what they're all about. See? That's a week's work to cut those down. Pretty sad that those trees are maybe 70, 80 years old. But in lots of ways, these are all 18-month-old heifers that had a small bull put over them. In 6 months' time, they would have their calves. And they're all being bred on our place. They're all heifers that come from cows that we brought in, but these are actually being born on our place. They're all Narrangullen first calf in 6 months' time. And that up there is Mount Sandy. Up the top there. It doesn't look much. But that's where all the kangaroos are, the eagles, we've got wombats. Look, we've scared the cows now. Stop doing that, Mum. Come on. We won't bring you back. Look at that. Okay? This is a pasture that we sowed down. We didn't get very much rain, so you can see how it hasn't struck very well. And that's a new fence line down there. It runs around the outside of the property. And that's the Cox River. You can see it's up now, but it's not very high. This is a lot greener than it normally is, which is great. So hopefully we get a bit more rain. We'll get a bit of length on the grass.
This will send it, is he? Looks right. Yeah.
That's the plough now that we're using to plough up some of the fields. So I'm going to take you down right round and to the flower, the paddock that we're ploughing up now for oats, okay? So you can come across here. See a big dam and some of the trees that we planted, and Peter should be on his tractor somewhere, so let's just see if we can find him. He's not there. Maybe he's a little bit further on. I can hear him. There he is. He's back. He's going past the ploughed field again. And there's Peter on the tractor, okay? So I'm just going to a little close as we can to him, not very close. But that's going to be planted with oats, which will be summer feed for the property. So we're going to move around past the dam again and coming up to the cattle yards. So this is where we work the cattle. I'll just give you a little, come back a little bit for you. That's where they work the cattle. And shot. There's Peter now on his tractor. Actually, he's just harrowing the ground, so it's been ploughed and they're taking the harrow over the ground just to flatten it out a bit. Making a good job before we plant it. You can see it's fairly dusty, but there's a fair bit of soil moisture, so things should be okay. That's Carol and Nicholas, looking terrific, like very bucolic, and they're standing on a cattle ramp which is used to load the cattle on the trucks. So we're going to walk over to them. They're looking good. See? I think they might be looking into the sun a bit though, so what we should do is just get a little closer to them. There they are. They're looking really good.
Hi Grandma, how are you?
Hi, Grandma.
Looking pretty bucolic, huh? Yeah. Good to see you not crying too. They're pretty happy to see you. Okay.
Okay, we're on air.
This is the cattle yard. See the same loading ramp that I showed to you before. But Jill made up these signs. This is called the stock trees around it, because the only tree that we had in this whole paddock left was this big one over here. And Nicholas will just show that to you now. I don't know what that is, but it's a very, very rare sort of tree, but it is beautiful. So we planted something like 14 trees around the cattle yards here. And that's the crush, that orange thing that Nicholas is going to show you now. That's where we bring the cattle in, we lock them up, press them, or we crush them so they can't move, and that's where you can work on them. Behind Nicholas, because this is the coldest point on the property, just around here, we planted a whole line of trees for a windbreak. They were planted 4 months ago, right in the ground. So looking back now, because we're about a third way around the property now, looking back, you can see Mount Sandy.
Okay, Grandma, we're gonna go.
We gotta go, come on.
Come on,
Hurry
let's kick some butt, Grandma.
up. Kick some butt, Grandma. In Montana, we should patent them, see? So we bought them back, and they've got this part here, so you can close the gate like that, okay? So if you want to open it that way, you lift that, and it'll open that way. And if you want to open it this way, you pull that. So we can work the cattle by opening the fences up this way or that way to guide them into where the areas that we want them. And then if you want to bring a truck in, we just take it up there. Now this is fun because the guys are coming down now with the seed driller and the other tractor, because they're going to start sowing at some point in time the oats that I was talking about. So that's our main tractor there. And the thing on the back is what they call a drill seeder. So instead of always digging the ground up a lot, it drills it in long furrows with the fertilizer and everything in there like that. And that's apparently much better for the soil and the ecology and things like that. So we're greenies, okay? Come and have a look at this. It'd be funny if it's not a talky one.
Hello.
Now come over here and we'll show you a big invention. Come on. You might be interested in this, Mum. See that piece of wire that's hanging from the tree? Well, when they kill an animal and they used to want to eat it, we haven't used that for a long time, they hang it up there and let it bleed, and then be able to carve it up on the tree. So that's why that's there, but we haven't used it now. But one day we might. But that's been there for a long, long time, as you can see. This is the interesting thing, if you want to walk over here and see it. This is how we get, this is the machine that brings the water. We've got town water on this property, which is interesting. Very few people have that. To get the town water from the tanks over there, we lay polythene pipes, see? And we dig a big groove with this thing at the back, and the pipe goes down, no, it's a big groove with the thing on the front, down there, and the pipe goes down there, and it's just laid, so it just falls into the hole, and then it pushes the dirt back behind it, so you have a water pipe. So we have town water on over there, which is pretty important when you're working the cattle. Now here come the tractors.
Hi, Grandma.
See, that's our main tractor.
Who's driving it?
That's our drill seeder. There's his marker. Peter's driving. Here's a big, rough terrain drill seeder. So we'll walk over and say hello. Come on. Pretty impressive. My mother's in hospital, so we're taking a video to send down to her. Here, so you want to say hello to her? Or also hello? What?
If you want to know how all of a sudden not have anything to say, here's your big.
Plenty to say. Hi there, how you going? We're working hard here today.
This is Peter, our very good friend, Mum. You know, I don't think you've met him before, but I've told you a lot about him, and he runs this whole thing, okay?
No,
So,
we can do with help.
With a little bit of help from us, and a little help from Nicholas, and a little help from Carol. But he's the boss man, okay?
Okay, we better go back to work.
Got to go to work. 7 years old, and that's Peter's son, and he's just drove up in the truck, okay? So you want to talk to Grandma? You just meet Grandma. She's in hospital at the moment, but here she is.
Say hi to it.
Say hi, Grandma.
Hi, Grandma.
That's my grandma. Anyway, that's John. He's a top squash player, top student, captain of his school, and he's just learning to be a good shot.
That's our new dog, Bill.
This little fella.
Say hi, Bill. See, that's Bill. And a patting come.
How old's Bill?
Bill's 6 months. And
He's a little pup.
all Bill knows how to do is sit at the moment.
But he's going to be a good cattle dog, Mum. We've had pretty good cattle around here. They're off now. So they're going to move it down. Going to do some work. And this is Saturday, so they work pretty hard around here. So I'm just going to follow them down. Walking down. And I'll just show you the back of it. See, there it is going down. So you can sort of see how it works. Okay. Pretty complicated piece of equipment, really. There it is, there it's heading down. You can see it cuts and drills and drops the fertilizer in.
Hey!
That was Nicholas just telling Peter he could have hit the gates. So I'm going to just manoeuvre a bit. Looks like he's going to miss it. That's Peter's boy. He's 11 years old, as I said before, and he's just driving the Toyota. So I'm going to get a better shot of him for you. Just going to move around to the other side. There you go. And pretty smart, huh? You just take it back. And he's driving, he's helping his dad a lot these days, which is terrific to see. Okay, he's going to drive off now. Say, see you later. See ya. Bye now. Bye now. There he goes. The dog's on the back. See? Off they go. I think we're okay.
This rock further than Dad can throw it.
Bet he can't throw it further than me, right? We're going to get a little closer to him. Here we go. The go went over and over at least 10 miles.
Hit the lake, Grandma.
There you go, see?
See, there it is, the lake.
He does it. Here he comes,
Yeah,
look.
watch it splash into the lake, Grandma.
Here he goes. Here you going to do it for you now.
Watch it.
Now that's the cattle yards that we were just on. Try and get a bit closer for you, see? That's better. You got the trees that we newly planted around it. There's the loading ramp and the windbreak coming down there, right along the fence. Those trees are quite young, and that's the gate. That's where we'll keep our bulls. So that's why there's a sign there saying bull pen. I don't know whether you can see that. really close to it. Bull pen. So I'll keep all our bulls in there. Just going around further now, so just moving around. There's more of the river. And you can see our neighbour, Fraser Bowen. He's ploughing over there, putting his summer crops down. So he stopped, but his tractor's there somewhere. It's all looking pretty interesting. It's green. I'll just move around. There you go. Just stand off a bit for you. That's all our neighbour's property over there. That's the cattle resting under the shade of the tree there. You can see them. Some of them are outside as well. So we'll just move across and see some of them as well. Where are they? Looking down, there's one. A bit closer to him. There's more up there. So we're looking down the hill now. So there should be plenty around here. There's some more. There's another one. But the main thing is that these cattle sitting under the shade there like that. This is Talia, the paddock called, that Jill's name is an Aboriginal name that means close to running water. Cattle feed in this. This is a lucerne paddock. There's no lucerne in it now. But we get the irrigator in back in here. This lucerne grow 18 inches, 2 foot high. There's a very good feeding paddock because it's sort of river flats.
There's a cow.
And we're going to shoot some more ducks too. So come on, Grandma. Just keep up with us now. No crying.
Go in and out.
Okay, come on. You can see how wide the Cox's River gets from time to time, Mum. The water is over there on the other side, which is how it's flowing now. But it will flow almost 80, 100 yards wide. It's flowing, say, 10 yards wide now, and flow from one river bank to the other. And these are and that's Errol, our prize bull. He was actually born in Montana, and he's called O'Neill's Northern Errol, and probably not the biggest bull in Australia, not close to it, but he's one of the very biggest bulls in Australia, and one of 200 named trait bulls, demonstrating all the characteristics of Angus, nominated in the Angus Society of Australia. So he's a pretty terrific old fella. But he's just resting up at the moment, just sitting in the shade. And he's looking over there, and what he's looking at, past the fence line, and there's the gate. We'll just go back a bit to take you to Mount Sandy House. See, so there it is, there's Mount Sandy House. And that was the house that was built by the Gracies, who settled this property a long time ago. And it's made out of peasy, old mud, and it's quite an interesting sort of... And that's the trees that we planted round. And that's Mount Sandy House. See, it's all been done up. It looks really fantastic, I think. And they planted the trees around it, and then... Yeah, so that's that around there, looking up the side. We're going to plant that one day. That's the orchard. We're coming down to the orchard. There's the orchard, and there are 36 trees in that. You can speed it up? Come on, off you go.
We're off.
We're off. Come on. Thanks, Nicholas, for helping. Show Grandma the house again. Okay. See? That's just to remind us where we are. That's the orchard. Okay. So coming down here. Come on, hurry up. And Sid and Brigitte, who live in the house up there, they mulch, which I think is very ecologically sensitive. And Nicholas will show you. You remember how you used to mulch everything? So that's how they mulch too. Put all their scraps in there, and that makes pretty good stuff, if you know. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this is a mulberry tree here. See? So, I only planted a little while ago, but it's not doing too badly. That should be good in about 5 years' time. And this tree here is a quince tree. Now look at the quinces.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to, Sid and Brigitte make fantastic quince jelly. Now this is bird ban, see, because the birds, the parrots come down there and eat it, so you throw this over, which is ecologically okay, throw it all over, and that keeps the birds away from the fruit. So, coming down, here's Brian Gracie in his car, and he's got the towing the welder on the back. How are you? Oh, he didn't stop. So come down here, we'll show you some other trees. Oh, this is a tree that's just been planted. This is a lemon tree. This is, I think, a lemon mire, because up here one of the big problems is frost. Yeah, so it's a lemon mire, and that's a frost-resistant lemon tree.
Good for lemon pancakes, Grandma.
Good for lemon pancakes.
Yep.
And this here, see, because we're short of water, we've had to irrigate everything. So let's make sure we keep water for that. And here, this is the end. And this, I think, is an apple tree. No, it's a pear tree. Those pears, they're beautiful. They're terrific. They're great. Coming down here, I think you'd know better than I would, but I think that's a nectarine tree. It's a very young one. It hasn't had any fruit on it yet. This is a plum tree. That's also very young. See, that's the old orchard down here, and this is the new orchard down there. And right down the end is the olive trees. And one day we'll get a proper press and press our own olive oil. Come on, let's go. We're running out of film. Come on, Grandma. Woo! Give me a kiss. Come on. Michael O'Kane. Yeah, that might be interesting to see this view of the house, see? I think it looks quite terrific, and what we've been able to do is renew the deck and paint it all of those Federation colours, and then Sydney and Brigitte, who are architects and who Bridget met, they've got those lovely shutters on. And we'll show you something else. So we'll save our time and let's go, because there's not much time left. So come on. Back here, Grandma. So Carol and I are going to have a little drink from the water bag, right? And this is a proper Drover water bag that Nicholas filled up. And Carol likes the water, so she's going to show you how to use it.
Okay, Grandma, it works just like this.
She's drinking all the water, Grandma! Oh, I know. Some left for me. It's okay.
Just a bit for Ken.
Now that's real water. You want some? Come on. You don't? Okay. You never want anything, do you? Here we go. Hook it up. I think we'll fill that up when we get up to the house, because you might like some later on, okay? Here we go. Oh, didn't do that too well. That's better. Okay.
You going, Dad?
I can't hear from there. We're taking this seed down. You saw where we were ploughing them. Well, we're taking that seed down. It's all the oats for the summer crop. And Pete's going to do that. That looks like a hell of a lot of work to me, doesn't it?
Are the cattle behind you, Nick?
So the cattle are coming in because they think we're feeding them hay. So there's one of the bulls there, right in the front, leading all his girlfriends down the road. Okay, mate. Come down here. I want to show you something else. That's the machine shed now. That's where all the work is done, and that's where everything's stored. But I want to show you something now. We have to be very quiet, otherwise we might wake somebody up. But let's come down here. This is... I can't tell anybody out, but this is Laura's fountain, okay? And it's about 150 years old, and we just put it in the other day, and you'll love it. So come and have a look at it.
Oh, wow.
An electric fence, so don't touch anything. Net, and it came from across the road in Palm Beach, and it must weigh about 2 ton, I think. And I lifted in 3 pieces, and I lifted that on. And Brigitte's been looking after it because there's a little crack there, so that's going to be full of water, and the water, if you wanted to, could flow over the top. So we have to be quiet here and just telling her what it's all about.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So this is Sydney. He's the famous architect and author. So say hello. Come on.
Oh, hello. Who are we looking at?
That's Grandma.
He hasn't got it on, has he?
Yeah, absolutely.
We've been rolling right round the farm.
Has he?
So we roll around here. Come on.
We're going on a little walk about.
Brigitte's not coming out.
Brigitte's not coming out. Can we show you around the side? Here we go. So you're coming around here.
I've just made myself a cup of bull's blood. You wouldn't want any of that.
Oh, what's bull's blood? What's bull's blood? Oh, bottle, yeah. That's meat extract. It's like great stuff. So come around here.
Bonnets? You have bonnets?
You can see what's interesting about this, all the beautiful things inside. But what is fun, Grandma, come here. This old settler's cottage. It's settlers, and that was made by Brian Gracie's father. And if you get up close enough, you can see all the layers of paint. See, and I've stripped it back so that you can just keep the different layers of paint that have been used over the years. And maybe that's 100 years old. So there's the red paints, the blue paints, the green paints, and the white paints. And that was real settlers type furniture made on the farm, probably from farm woods. And we found it underneath the house because nobody else wanted it. So that's sitting there. That's probably something like turn of the century or 1890 or something like that. That's rather nice, huh? So here we go, round the other side.
And I'm up the tree.
Which is the mountains are famous for. Had a bit of frost, but the roses, Brigitte said, they're good. So we're going round here. Let's go. Come and see something interesting now. like this. This is an old drying hanger, see? That's what they used to use in the cottages, to hang their clothes on that, and then when they wanted to use the fire, they'd pull it up, and then in the evening when they went to bed, they'd lower it in front of the fire to clean all their clothes. And what Brigitta's doing is drying some of these, all these bush things. And this is something, you remember Victoria McDowell? Well, she gave us that and we brought that up, and doesn't that look nice? That's an old, well, you know what that is, that's an old washstand. That looks terrific. That's a great spot for that. So this is the side balcony, and we've painted all that green. So we better go because we'll wake up the Smiths. I think they're awake, but they're nice enough to let us to come around. So let's go. There's a lot more to see yet. But see, you can see the fountain there. See it? I think that really looks terrific, doesn't it? There's Carol having a little bit of a rest.
Hi Grandma, this is called a hammock, and I'm just about to go to sleep here. Good night.
What sort of tree is this? This is a fig tree. Remember the fig tree next door? We used to break them open and let the milk come out? Okay, well that's going to take a little time before that happens, isn't it? But hopefully that survives the frost. Okay, now come down, we'll show you the office. See, every Aussie boy needs a shed. And I got a big shed. This is where I do my shedding. Where you come in here and you can muck around and days can go by. You know what it's like, it's great. But what I'm going to do now is put a curtain up. One job. And Nicholas is saying, one job. Give me a hand with one thing. Let's go. Come on. We're going to do some work now, Grandma. Come on, Mum. Now see, this is the Mount Sandy office. Okay? That's where Jill does all her cattle planning and all that sort of stuff. But it's a bit hot, so we're going to put a curtain up. See, it's 90. The Mount Sandy office. This was an old chicken shed. I need a screwdriver. Have a screw? screw in the same spot. See, there's a screw. Thanks, Grandma. Pass it up. Thanks, Mum. I don't know why I call you Grandma, because you're my bestest mum. Here we go. Now we're going to do that. Okay. You didn't know I was that clever, did you, huh? Now I'm going to do the other one. If, no, hang on. It's got to get it up the top there. Thanks. See, there. Those little things. Are those metal? Thanks, Mum.
Try not to smash the window.
We're into it now. Now we need a screw. Thanks, Mum. Down there. Thank you. That's looking pretty good. Just tighten this one up a bit. This is really hot, so we really need this. See how I'm sweating? Gotta make sure I don't get perspiration over all of this. I guess it goes. Where would it go, do you think?
Go that way.
Just that way?
No, the other way. That way.
Okay. Nicholas says it goes this way, so let's try that.
That's the way the ones in my apartment go.
So we're looking at that. What I reckon is that's not so good.
Why not?
Doesn't appear to be wide enough, is it? No, it's not too bad.
It's fine.
So how do you...
No, you gotta pull it down to that.
Did you do that?
It's too long, so if you want to get it back up again, you gotta pull it right down to get the spring back in it. You gotta do it.
So what do you do? And then you just wind it up.
No, you don't wind it. You don't even wind it up at all. There you go, Grandma. Looks like you gotta go and show them how to do it. We gotta put the camera down to be able to do that. So I'm gonna have to have a bit of a snooze for a while, and I'll go and show them how to do it.
Okay, Mum, can you pass me those screws, please? Thank you. There they go. Thank you. That's it. Hi, Mum. How are you? So we're sitting in the shed. Every Aussie boy needs a shed. This is my biggest shed. This is where I do my shedding. And I'd like to introduce you to Brian Gracie. That's Laura.
How are you?
Doing good, huh? Getting better, right? Yeah, not crying anymore. Thinking life's good. Now you should be up here. Remember the fire? The big bushfires in New South Wales? And you remember meeting Brian Grace a little while ago. Well, he's the captain of the fire brigade in the area, and that's the fire truck that's left in on the Mount Sandy property. So that's one of the good things about things that are happening around here, because we do have a lot of stuff that's owned by the bushfire brigade. It's on our place that we can use from time to time. Now we're going down, and Nicholas is going to drive very slowly so you don't get bumped around. This is the old traditional entry into Mount Sandy, and this is a bridge over the Cullumbembong Creek, which means woo! I think you like that. Hang on, he's going to slow down for me. There you go. And now he's going to stop here, just at the edge of the road he's going to stop. We're going to turn around, and we're going to go past now these very big turpentine logs which came out of the Sydney Harbour, and with those other logs, if you remember, which were on the other side of the place, we're going to build eventually, one day, a big barn in the traditional side in the Rounds. So we're coming back now. We're just looking because they're just lying there at the old Mount Sandy entry. Now Cullumbembong is, in Aboriginal language, apparently a place where they fight. And the Gunnedanas, I think, were, or Gulladullas was the tribe around here. And they were wiped out very quickly, or died very quickly after the European settlers crossed the Blue Mountains. But they apparently were cannibalistic. Who knows? But that's what they were. So there's Mount Sandy. Mount Sandy entry, though, Mount Sandy as a property was part of the original Redford grant. Dr. Redford was one of the original settlers, and this was his house here, which is just across from Mount Sandy, and that's the old, very famous actually in its time, Redfern Station, which has just been sold. We're going around. And these are the old shearing sheds up here. Place next to ours, and these are apple trees along here, going up past these apple trees, and there's the old sheep shed. I know Nicholas bounces you around, doesn't he, huh? So going up here, and he's going to stop in front of the shearing shed so you can have a look at it. But these shearing sheds are quite interesting inside. They look pretty ordinary from the outside, but they're built in the round too. That's where we do a lot of shearing. This place is called Cullumbembong, like I said. Around you go. We're going up the Cox's River Road, okay? This is the back entry to Mount Sandy. Now this is the Toyota that Nicholas is driving, and Carol's in there with her Kubrick. Can you see Carol now? She's going to turn around. There she goes. It's a wave. We won't get Nicholas too because he's sort of concentrating on the road. Oh, he's not concentrating on the road. So here we go, round the Cox's River Road. Going round and round. Driving pretty slow so you don't get too uncomfortable. But we're coming here to a crossing we've put over the Cullumbembong Creek, which is actually the legal entry to Mount Sandy. Or the legal entry on the Peninsula Valley side. So in all there are 4 entries to Mount Sandy. So here we go. We're coming up to Danger, Men at Work or something like that. Grader ahead. And we're turning down, and we're going to stop here for a second. This is the new tree coming up there. You can see just stopping here, this old cement mixer, which is actually a First World War cement mixer, which is how they mixed all the cement, just taking it back a little bit. Now that's a piece of work, but that was the sort of cement mixer that was modern at the time of the First World War and is still being used. Just turning around here though, going to there, that mixed all of the cement to make that crossing, which is pretty amazing. So just moving forward now. You can see how dry it really it is here. Just going across the top, going across the bridge. It's the first time this bridge has been photographed. See the willow trees that they stuck in the ground? They're starting to shoot now. We come up and we go up this road. And this is actually got a new gate. We'll get up the top here and have a look around. It's bouncing around a bit, but there you go. Up to the gate. And we just have a stop. Oh, remember I told you about those posts that we made into fence posts? Well, there they are. They've been split, see? They're making them. There's one there that's not been split, but that's how they make the fence posts. All around there. And that is the sort of fence that they make. See, and the boys have just made that, which is a rabbit-proof fence. So you go right up there and there, taking it back again, you can see how long that is, right up to the end. And if you turn around, and this is a paddock called the oats paddock, okay? Now that's pretty dry, but they'll plant that, or repasture it. Going round and round, and there's the road. And we're sort of back, there's the Cullumbembong Creek. Unfortunately, we can't use that. It's not on our property, but it's there, so it looks nice. We're going to travel down the road again.
Where are we going to get home?
Straight down. So we're traveling down this road. This is the fancy way we've got access to the creek. Just here, see, it's on both sides of the river because we didn't have access to that water and the neighbour wanted to fence us all off. Peter dug a big hole and put the fence through the middle of the creek, so that's kept us water in this paddock at least. We're going around, and here on our right is where we've flattened it out a bit because we're going to have an opportunity feedlot there. We're going to feed the cattle on oats. Got a bit of a rabbit problem here, or we did have, so they've actually ripped that. So you can see where the big furrows in the ground are, Mum. They've ripped the burrows under. So hopefully that gets rid of the burrows and gets rid of the rabbits. And they've used that bulldozer to do that. So hopefully that finishes that problem. That's the flat area that I was telling you about, over there, where they're going to put the opportunity feedlot and feed it on grain. It's quite big, it's hard to get a perspective from here. But now we're going to go around here, back to where Carol is going to open the gate for us, see? Isn't she a good girl? There she goes, through the gate. And we're around. And there's Carol.
Now, Grandma, I'm close.
Okay. Good up here at that flat spot. See, so that's a lot of dirt they've moved around there to get to that. And it doesn't put it into perspective, but now we're going around the back of Mount Sandy, okay? There's Mount Sandy, see? We're on the other side of it. I've got to say, this is a pretty scary shot I'm giving you, but that's an old dam that they've cleaned out and it was full of sheep shit. And starting to fill up with water again, which is good. That's one of, I think, 15 or 16 dams on the place, which obviously we need those. It's so beautiful. You can see the escarpment there, running around top of the ridges, see? Going back, going back, going back, going back. Beautiful, it's hard to get a good view of that, but there you go. Now we're going right round the back of the farm, and that's the original Sherwood property over there. So in we go, or off we go. Place on the farm, and this is the top of Mount Sandy, and we're going to give you a look all around. There you go, going around the top. But over there, which I don't know whether how well you can see it, but see that's escarpment too, and that's where the Hydro Majestic is, Menlo Bath, Katoomba, all of those places, Blackheath, and that's the wide valley. Okay, bye for now. I get battery flashing up on this, so we're running out of battery.
Just relaxing here.
Guys, that's good.
Just relaxing.
What time is it?
It's 7:20.
Is it good out there?
Yeah, because we've got an extra hour today.
Do you love the farm?
Whatever makes you think that.
I don't know. It's just that. Yeah.
So much hustle and bustle.
What are you doing at the moment? Just having a cup of coffee?
And I might go and clean out the office.
Yeah.
start getting the bird chart up and running.
Yeah.
Call Warren about his ideas in Armadale. Call Gordon McCarthy and go out and see his place. You're going to sweep all the leaves out of his eaves today.
That's right. How'd you guess that?
Just knew you were going to do that. Because you've got your clean clothes on, and when you dress up in clean clothes, you're always going to do something good.
Oh, so clever.
That's enough.
Okay, we're going down here because it's early in the morning, and look at that. And our faithful dog. There's the faithful dog. Everybody's got to have a faithful dog. See? Look at that. Doesn't that like to be there, huh? Come on, pup. Give everybody a big smile. Come on, pup. Get down. Come on. Get down. Down. Down, pup. Look at that. Isn't that terrific? Now guess where pup is now? Look. Okay. Speak up, pup. Speak up. Good dog. Inside the car. That's the table. And there's the fireplace.
Here's me getting another cup of coffee.
And there's Jill getting another cup of coffee. Yeah.
I'm hoping somebody will cook her some bacon and eggs.
Actually wanting bacon and eggs. Wow. Okay.
I think there's slim chance.
Nice. Here we go.
I love you.
Yeah, I know you do. How much do you love me?
More than thank you.
That's good.
Now
What
let's
do you do here, Jill?
going to have timber decking all the way around here. And then we're going to have glazing there for the ensuite, with a door in Indian red. And that door there is going to be in Indian red. Then we're going to knock out this hill.
That hill there. Wow, who's going to do that?
That's dead. And put a double carport here. And then there'll be timber decking along here with a pergola over it. And a walkway along here. And the tanks are going to stay.
You think the tank should stay?
And I don't know how we're going to stop the cattle getting in. And I don't know how we're going to turn the car out.
And this courtyard here is going to be a Zen courtyard, right?
The courtyard's this way, you're in the wrong direction.
I know, but this courtyard, that's coming in, so this is the courtyard here.
So that's going to have gravel.
And it's going to be a Zen courtyard, so that... What's a Zen courtyard? I don't know about things like that.
I don't know, it's Japanese, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's going to be all gravelled, and it's going to have some rocks through it. And Brigitte is planning to put these rocks in sort of special places. So Bridget, you'll have to come up and help us do this.
It's going to be beautiful. Exactly what I wanted.
That was Jill. See, there's Jill walking off into the sunset. Sunrise. That's different. Okay. Yeah. Okay, team. Wave, team. There you go. We're coming in right here. Big job watering these trees. Just to give them a start. You see what we do? We have to make these tree guards to stop the cattle getting at them while they're very young. This is 2 good ones though. They've really grown. Big trick is to keep the weeds out though, because they take all the water. They love seeing me, these trees. Now we do this one. All the ants like a little water. What I've done to keep the weeds down is dig around it and then throw the dead weeds on the top, so that stops it. Morning. All the cattle are just sitting there by the river, just chewing away. These are the heifers that we showed you yesterday. I'll just go around and show you. Here we are, all up the hills. These are the ones that we grew ourselves. There's Mount Sandy, you can see it there. Turn that music up there, Nick. Let's go.
When it comes down to feeling friends, it never take another shot.
Gonna load a few shells now, see. Now you can hear the cattle in the background, so up we go. Walking up, see. Should be able to keep them if we do it right. Get them behind the willow trees. Boy, it sounded like he got something. What happened? Just picking up the shells now.
Nothing there. Very early in the morning now. Whew. The Mount Sandy tennis court, and this is the community centre, and this tennis court here, which is made of gravel, and the old posts used to be used a lot. It's got good lights up there, but they're going to come in and put new fences all around and resurface it so we can play on it. And over here is the old schoolhouse. So if you walk around here with me, going back a long time, that was used for being a schoolhouse, a church, a community hall and everything. So it's seen a lot of service, and you can see it's even got an old asbestos roof on it, which is quite dangerous and not allowed to use things like that before. But they've painted it up, and in typical country style, they've put brand new toilets at the back, so everything's fine. And these posts here are used to hold up canvases and things like that when they have parties and it's going to rain. And these are the community stockyards. They've been there a long time. Look at the wonderful tree in the middle of that. That has flowers on it, which is really quite unusual in the bush. But it's funny how that tennis court there is sort of so disused. You know, the rollers without the handles on them, the posts all leaning into the centre. signs of happier times. But happy times will come again. So we'll walk down here and we'll see how a shed is made out of the rounds. So this old shed here. And that over there is Sandy Hook, which is a piece of property, part of the property that's trying to pass through, and that's where we've got our irrigators and all of that sort of stuff. But this is the community cattle yard. Not much activity going on here now, but look, underneath the shed, how it's all built out of what they call out of the rounds. A lot of work has gone on here over the years, a lot of marking and culling and all of those sorts of things. And what's made it possible is sometimes when they're working out there in the heat, there's a beautiful tree like this, which has probably been planted by somebody a long, long time ago, right in the middle there, like we've done. We planted a peppercorn tree, though, in the middle of our cattle yards. And there it is now. That's the irrigator we're looking at now, see? So you can see it there. It's a Toyota Hilux diesel engine, and it's pumping water out of the river, which is very low at the moment, so Peter's dammed it up, and it pumps water out of there into a boom spray that's on the other side, and it's by that lucerne. Can't see it now, but it's behind those trees. So that gives us our summer and winter feed. We don't actually now this is Bathurst burr we're talking about here, which is a really noxious weed. It's the first time I've ever seen it on this place. And what we have to do is to dig it out. Got to dig all the roots out, Nick. It's a really noxious weed. You know, how it comes on, I don't know. He's digging it out. You don't have to burn it, you just dig it all out with the roots, apparently. Isn't he good? It's a burr that apparently gets into the wool of sheep too, and gets under the saddles of a horse, you know, like a burr under the saddle. Looks like it's hard to get out. How hard is it to get out, Nick?
It'll be your turn pretty soon.
Okay. He's got the farmer's friend there, the shovel. Here he goes. Big roots? We'll just go and have a look at that and see what it's like. Coming up. That's Bathurst burr. Looks like marijuana to me. There he is. Shoveling away now. I'm going to have it.
And this is Dad pretending he knows, seeing he's a big country boy.
Doing a better job than Nicholas. What do you reckon? Okay. That's the way to go. See, Nicholas didn't help much with this. He showed me how to do it though. Now here we go. Say, what you going to say?
Okay, see, Grandma, we've had a great weekend and we're going back to Sydney.
We're back to Sydney, to the real life, and get away from the country boy that Dad takes us when we come up here.
The place
Listen to that music.
The pace of life is just too slow. We can't cope. Bye.
Bye, Grandma. See you in Adelaide one day.
Here he comes, your best grandson. Duncan.
Oh, isn't that gorgeous?
And there, who's this?
Hi there, darling. Love you.
Okay. Thursday night, Ken.
See you then.
Okay.
There's Nicholas going in his hospital truck.
You should do that. Okay,
See you guys. Woo!
Bye.
I know.
See you later.
There they go. We miss him. Say goodbye.
Bye.